So Jace helped fill the second bed here. I'll probably just throw some fertilizer on after and get this done. I have 2 different types of sweet potato slips that I got from Johnny Seeds. This is one of them. And here is the other. So everything I have been able to find and people I've talked to say that, 12 to 18 inches, 10 to 18 inches apart, which means I have too many, as normal. So I won't be able to plant all 25 in each of these beds. These are Birdies 8-in-1 beds. So what I'm going to do is we'll plant them targeting about 6 inches. So I always know my measurements on my hands. So it's about 6 inches to about here. So they'll be planted about that deep. Then we'll water them in and see how many I can fit here. I'm roughly guessing probably about 15 will be realistic in these 2 beds, 15 each, which will leave me with 10 of each type extra, which we may try to plant into the hoop house to have an extended season. These do need a lot of days. I'll have to double check, and I'll try to post it on the video here of how many days these guys need in order to get to full storage length or size. But yeah, each one of these beds will be full sweet potatoes, only sweet potatoes. I don't think I'm gonna put anything else. We were talking about doing a cattle panel between the 2, but we've kind of run out of time here, so we're just gonna get these planted. So that will be getting going. I'll update in a few minutes. So I was able to get the sweet potatoes planted. I did do 15 in each of these 8-in-1 Birdies beds. So we'll see how they go. I need to water them. I tend to use down to earth. I just put some general all-purpose on here, which is my typical use for most of the garden. We've got the Mahan, not really sure pronunciation, sweet potatoes over here. Be curious if anyone interplants with these, if there's any companion plants that I can grow here. My thought was probably not, considering everyone says how big they get. Sweet potatoes are doing fantastic, which is great because I think they're doing fantastic. I've never grown them before, so we'll see. But they've taken over the full beds. They look pretty healthy. We're gonna go over these 4 8-in-1. So this line of 3, and actually I think the last one is a 9-in-1 technically, Birdie's bed, and then this one over here. These are all potatoes. So this is Speedy. I am maybe 5 feet away from this little guy. Gets zoomies just like puppies. And was born in the garden, and so is very used to me, a little too used to me, but seems to be nervous from every other human that comes in the garden. So at least we have that. But I can get pretty close. It doesn't even really run away. I need to go to this back bed, so yeah, not very nervous. How big are we? Oh, look at that tuber.
I told you.
Oh, it broke.
Oh, that is freaking monster.
That's over a pound.
Yeah, see, I told you.
We gotta get the piece that you broke out in there. So is it a sign when my sweet potato is bigger than my watermelon? So I had Jace go and run and get the tractor and some of our bread blue totes, because we're going to be harvesting a bunch of potatoes today. The frost definitely touched some of these, burned some of the sweet potato leaves, and we want to make sure that we don't get hit too badly with any frost. You want to harvest these, I guess, before. This is our first time growing sweet potatoes. Can you get hit? Uh-oh, you broke them.
That's not the ideal way to do it.
No, we might have to use the little spade shovel.
Yep.
They're in there somewhere.
Yep. Right. We're gonna need to do something because this thing is in there hardcore.
Yeah, because we don't want to.
Yeah, every time I touch them,
The skin's gonna come out.
Come off.
Okay,
So
let's regroup. How far down they go?
far.
Hmm?
Pretty far.
Well, they bury the slips down 6 to 8 inches, I think, is what they said when I did it. Probably just keep going to this whole line because we haven't dug up the whole line yet. So we're realizing that we grew them all right, but we're not very good at digging them. We keep on damaging them as we dig them up. So if you guys have any suggestions for how we should dig these up, let us know. Look at how big this guy is. I'm guessing close to 2 pounds. Oh, it looks like there's more down there. Oh, wait. Yeah, is that one? Yeah. It's not big, but it's there. Oh, there's more. Skinny. Still needed growing time. So this bed had us tricked a little bit. This is another type of sweet potato slip from Johnny Select Seeds. A lot of the top parts were really these small little fingerlings. But we finally started digging down deep enough, and we do have some monsters, I think. We'll see.
Not really monsters, but
No?
they're just nice size. I mean, like that.
That's a good size.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to tell the two different types pretty easily. Dig back towards yourself. There's a bunch right up against the wall. Right.
Here?
Right there. Yep. Oh, there's some. How big?
Monster.
Pound and a half? 2 pounds?
Pound and a half.
Pound and a half. So we're convinced they're dragon eggs. That thing is not small.
We're not going to show you this one.
Oh man.
See?
So we just finished pulling the rest of the sweet potatoes. I think I'm okay, happy with this. Obviously we could have had a little better, would have been nice, but the hardest part was we damaged a whole bunch when we were pulling them up. So we'll have to go through these a lot. Had a couple really big ones and had most that were really small. Well, look at these things. We'll have to do a taste test between the two types and see what we think. But that gives us these beds to kind of put to rest, and we'll probably add some fertilizer in, some nematodes into these just to do the cleanse for the fall, and add some compost when we get the delivery, hopefully in the next week or so, to top these beds off. And I may even put some straw on them just to kind of let it soak in and for the winter. I don't think we're going to plant in these going into the spring, but I may end up doing a garlic bed again. I'm not sure. It's kind of horrible lighting, but this is how we harvest into our tractor, using this kind of tool rack bed. It's called the big tool rack. It's on a 3-point hitch and carries all our tools as well, which is really nice for being out here in the garden. Jay's just doing a second check on the first bed we did with the forks. Got some potatoes. We'll see what the weight is. We've got the scale over there in the front of the garden, so we'll drive around, do some weighing, and then we'll be getting these out for curing. I gotta do just a little more research. I've seen a couple different ways to do it, so if you guys have feedback, let me know. That's 14 and change. It's easier to tell it in the sun than in the shade. How much?
23 and a half.
23 and a half? It's not bad. This is the second type. We're at 11 pounds of the decent ones. These 3 big egg ones are just under 2 pounds each, to give you an idea. And then we still have all of these that we'll probably make a mash out of, I think. They're too small to do much else with. So the second part of the kind of orange or sweet potato, we're at 20 and a half pounds, and we'd already measured 11 pounds of the big ones over here. Turn around here. So that gives us 31 and a half. We still have to weigh the golds, and then we had I can't remember. You would have seen it in the video just before on how much the red ones were. Oh, and we got Gary over here. Hi, Gary. I don't know if you guys can see the little white tail. So that's a wrap for today in the garden.